creator of sweet magic. Just wave my wand and you can grab it. It's like abracadabra and you can have it. No dream for me is too elaborate, but this ain't all top hats and rabbits. Sometimes truth could be savage, sometimes life could be tragic, but we just love through the madness, through the pain, the mistakes, and the sadness.
What is good? What is beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, JLW, and thank you all so much for joining me for episode 59 of Stand On Business, as we take on Mr. Will Smith and Mr. Tyler Perry.
I like pretty girls.
Girls, 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 girls.
I love pretty girls.
Girls, 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 girls.
I like pretty girls.
Girls, 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 girls.
I love pretty girls.
Girls, 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 girls.
Pretty Girls. Will Smith has dropped Pretty Girls. If you haven't guessed, the song is about pretty girls. And this song has taken the world by storm, but not for the reasons that we're used to. Usually, well, back in the day when Will Smith used to drop music on the regular, thinking about the Get Jiggies With It, the Miamis, the Switch, Wild Wild West, Men in Black. There were songs that this man dropped that, although maybe not taken seriously in the rap world, were taken for fun and lighthearted entertainment and for a good time by pop culture fanatics. He had some actual hits on some of his records, but we ain't got to go into that right now. There are some albums out there that have some actual tracks on there that ain't that bad. The Rain, I like The Rain. There's another one I forgot, I think it's Loretta, that's not too bad. Anyway, the point being that he released a new track, and it's very much in the vein of those Switches, the Jiggies, the Miamis, the ones that are supposed to make you get up and dance and have a good time. However, there's a little bit of a twist in that the originals, the ones that I just named, were more geared towards an audience that was based right here in America. So if you listen to it, you got the vibe of it, and you could imagine it would be played in a top 40 club, an area where people like to dance, have a good time, get goofy, good looking, just, you know, kind of let loose. This song here, when I listen to it, doesn't scream America. It screams, I want to be on a yacht, cruising the Mediterranean, or somewhere where there's a lot of rich people and a lot of lit in clothing and a lot of jewelry being flashed around, a lot of tennis wear that's being shared. That's what this song reminds me of. But what I want to say is that it broke records because, or it got the attention of the internet because it is being labeled possibly the worst song of the decade.
There's not a lot of women not pretty to me. I mean, she pretty to me. And I ain't talking about just the pretty you see. But the pretty I like you be. Pretty girls.
Girls, 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 girls.
Is it actually the worst song of the decade? Hell no. Gen Z, whoever y'all top artist is right now, they still got the record for that. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know. Call it birthright. Y'all just be having some artists that release just hot ass garbage. There's at least 3 or 4 tracks that are worse than this song right here. Is it a good song? Objectively, nah, it ain't for me. The first time I heard this song, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, what the hell are you doing right now, Will? And this is after having listened to his full album, and then also checking out the tracks, the singles that he had, you know, the loosey-gooseys he had let loose before the album had dropped. And I already gave a video opinion. Y'all should check out that video where I gave an opinion on one of the songs that he had dropped with Big Sean, and I told you that I didn't like it. I didn't think he was rapping about nothing, and I kind of feel like that's kind of the takeaway from the album in general, is that it was a lot of nothing. The man can rap, regardless of what you think, if you're a fan or not. The man can rap, and I think given time to get back into something he hasn't done in years, at least a decade, right? Yeah, it's going to take you some time to get back into the groove of things and figure out what it is that your sound is, especially now in 2025 when music has changed so much and has become chasing a sound that sounds good, not on the radio, but for streaming, that's only 1:30 at best, maybe one verse in it, and then a catchy hook. Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit to get back into the saddle. So moving away from what we saw on the album, actually, I don't even remember if this was on the album. The album did not stand out to me, so if this was on the album, forgive me, but I'm going off of the assumption that this is a song that was separate from the album. The first thing that I thought was this sounds like a beat and a hook that's meant to capture the current vibe and sound of short, easy to follow, quick to repeat. I like pretty girls, 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 girls. Repeat. I like pretty girls, 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 girls. A beat. Bum, 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 bum. Super simple to replicate, super easy to dance to, super easy to turn on and not worry about what's being said. Like, you can play this at a quinceañera, you can play this at bar mitzvah, you can play this at Sweet 16, you can play this at a lot of young people's events, school events, and not worry about what's really being said, even though it is a arguably horny man getting off the fact that he still loves women. Obviously, nobody should tell somebody else what they should or should not do. If you still love it at that age and you're still finding passion, enjoying it, hell yeah, keep releasing music as long as it's authentic to you. Has been my biggest thing, is the music never felt authentic to him. It felt like somebody got in there and told him what it was that he was supposed to say or do. And so when I listened to this one, this was the first song that I thought was true to Will. I know it's crazy, right? Because he's not saying anything of substance here, right? There's nothing... For an individual that likes to talk about, you know, the complexities of the world.
How can you smile in this world? You know, because you're not going to change it. You know, you're gonna do your part, but this world is chaotic and it's brutal and it can be really unloving. And how do you do your part with a smile on your face?
Yeah.
This felt very, very simple, and yet I felt this was the first time that he came out to the world and showed you at 56 who I really am and what I'm really feeling in this moment right now, right? It's not about love. It's not about financial success. It's not about the battles I overcame. It's not about overcoming addiction of some sort. No, I like women. I'm 56, 57, however old a man he is, right? And what I'm really telling you is I still like the So that's why when I saw this and it really flipped to me, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't bad in terms of now we're finally moving into a realm where you're not caring what the world is telling you. We're speaking Will directly here, where it seems like he's no longer chasing what's going to make you happy or the mass happy. Although I did just say the beat and the simplicity of it seems like it would scream, I'm chasing a moment. I'm chasing a viral trend. No, what it seems like he actually did was, guys, I want to talk about what I love. And at the end of the day, what I love is women. I'm a 56-year-old, 57-year-old, 58-year-old horny ass man. And I want to write a song that tells you in the Will Smithiest of ways, which can be a little corny sometimes, that most of my day or what I really enjoy is looking at pretty girls. Get me to a spot where there are women that can be dressed in, I don't know what his preference is. I'm going to assume beachwear, attire that kind of shows off the assets, that shows off, okay, I'm hoping he's not down the Bill Belichick way of things, but a respectable age of beauty. Too damn old to be looking at 21-year-olds, Will. I know everybody's saying 18 is, I'm not subscribing with that ish. If you got kids older than him, leave them alone. But he likes to be around women that look damn good. And so now I'm releasing a song. Still got me sweating. It's hot out here. I'm releasing a song that if I go to a party or an event, on the beach, on my yacht, whatever it may be, you can put this song on, and pretty girls are gonna dance and have a good ass time. I think that this could work in other markets because, one, they're a bigger fan of, and they still think more highly of Will than we do here. I still think, like I said, I got greatest respect for this man and his movies and his accomplishments. However, I can see how America has kind of turned towards a lot of our older stars and doesn't show out and respect them the way they should, especially if you're a black entertainer. But now that I'm putting forward a song that can work in Europe, right, that you can play, again, I'm thinking sunny day on the beach, and they're going to vibe with it. They're going to have a good time to it. This is what that screams to me. So I can understand the thinking behind, one, I'm going to tell you what the truth is at my big ass age, not caring what y'all think, not caring if y'all like or disagree with whatever it is I'm saying. It makes me happy. And then if this does play, and I'm somewhere that I like to be, Caicos, French Alps, wherever the hell else he likes to vacation at, it comes on, I'm smiling. I'm smiling because the people around me are going to be smiling, because this is just a feel-goody song. Simplistic, smile, easy, two-step, whatever it is you like to do, do-si-do, two-song. Now, the internet being the internet, of course, they took this song, and after saying that it was the worst song of the decade, they were like, this is how you fix it. And they sped it up to, was it 110 BPM?
I'll spend it on you and your bestie. You and your twin on a jet ski. I'll change your life if you let me.
I ain't even gonna be the one to tell you that this don't kind of go. It do work a little bit. I don't know if this is a case of getting younger people into your studio. I don't know if this is the right answer for Will, but the fact that all they had to do was speed up the tempo just slightly, a little bit, ain't even have to do that much. Took the track, cranked it up by 1, maybe even 0.5, and the song works. Well, that tells me that It's the little things, right, that make a hit. It's the little tiny things that if you don't have the right people in the room, the right people, the right A&Rs, the right producers, you miss out on having what could be one of the funnest, danciest songs of the summer to being labeled one of the worst songs of the decade. It's crazy how thin that line can be. So the takeaway from this song, or this whole thing, is first impressions are not everything, damn it. And I don't look that bad for 56. Hell yeah, I'm releasing a track record that's gonna get women of all ages and backgrounds outside dancing and smiling when they see me, because there's, something that's not said enough when it comes to artists. When you've done mood music your entire life, and Will hasn't done this, but just think about the artists who've always released dark, depressing type music that always get you in your feels, that you gotta like contemplate to. When it's festival time, that shit don't work the best, because not everybody wants to be with a hood up thinking about how much life sucks and where's the nearest 30-story tall building I can go jump off of, right? Sometimes you want some music that lets you go talk to somebody, vibe with somebody, dance with somebody, enjoy the drugs you want. Again, we don't advocate drug use, but I'm saying if it's a festival, or it's, God forbid, you're overseas and you're on vacation, I want some ish to play that when I come on the stage, people are excited and they cheer for me, and this is what that song seemed to want to be. And sped up to 110, damn it, he might just have it. All right, so I think we've covered this track. Let's move on to the other interesting news of the week, which is Mr. Tyler Perry. And I don't even know if these are... I don't know what to call these, right? Rumors, accusations. There's a $250 million lawsuit. Let's start there, against Tyler Perry from one of his former actors on The Oval. So let's dive into that. Derek Dixon filed a lawsuit against Perry, and in the docs he claims he and the director met at an event back in 2019, and in Derek's words, Tyler picked him out of the crowd and asked for his phone number, suggesting he might have a role for him. Shortly thereafter, Derek says he landed the role of Dale in The Oval. Great for his career, but he claims it was around this time that Tyler also started firing off sexually suggestive texts, including asking what Drew's sexual preferences were and telling him he has sex with men. To that point, he says Tyler once again invited him to Atlanta later in 2020, and things allegedly took a dark turn. Derek claims Perry greeted him warmly, but quickly started a sexually charged conversation, like asking him if he likes it rough in bed, and then grabbed Derek by the throat while saying, "Look how excited you just got." $260 million. $260 million. $260 million for a man sending you text messages, touching you in bed, asking you how you like it, and you kept coming back to him. That's it. I want to do one more thing before we get into my thoughts here, and that is go read the damn text messages, because this shit right here, we got to stop this. It's getting ridiculous now. Everybody is lawsuit damn happy, and the fact that this is even getting legs, and why so many of them seem to be focused on black billionaires, a little weird. Seems like every single black billionaire we have now has an accusation coming out about them. And again, it's weird to me that for institutions that have had individuals that were not black in power for so long, for so much money, how many of them are not getting the same attention for being taken down? Like right now, you got the Abercrombie and Fitch individual who's just taken down for, wasn't it, like child sex stuff? Nobody's talking about that. But Tyler Perry has a guy who, for all of this, I didn't want this, kept coming back because he wanted work and a job. Now, I guess, is out of work or out of a job and is like, I want $260 million for what I had to endure. Let me read them damn text messages. All right, so Tyler sends a photo over of himself in a jet ski, or by a jet ski in somewhere nice. Tyler Terry. All right, nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm, is what I'm assuming our alleged victim is sending to Tyler. Tyler says, nice pic. He responds with, great, amazing, awesome pic. And then him saying, you don't see that stud in that nice pic? Rude. And then old boy says, LOL, yes, that's a stud. Okay, that is a mistake number one. If you know that you are talking to an individual that wants you in the bed, wants you between them sheets, wants you on your knees and your ass up, why would you do anything resembling LOL or calling that man a stud? If you truly aren't interested in somebody like this, and I don't care if it is because you want a career or something like this, if you were making your stance known, then you can't play these in-between games. You can't be like one moment, no, I don't want this, but then the next send these little kind of like muddling sentences that you know are going to keep them interested in the hook because you are trying to play this game of getting a career in the long run. There are plenty of people out here who want a career and want to be successful in film and entertainment and have not dillied or dallied between the lines and made it suggestive to somebody that you could take their butthole or whatever else that the other person might want from them to get that. But for some reason, if you do it because you crossed over the line and then you get upset later on, now you think that you are owed some kind of monetary compensation for that. No, you chose that. You knew what that role looked like. You're a grown-ass man, not a child. You know what you were doing when you sent back, LOL, yes, that's stud. Who calls another grown man stud? Especially when that grown man has already made advances towards you, suggesting he wants your cheeks. Right. And we just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. It's really weird. I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months. Okay, finally we're getting into some more of the sexually aggressive things. Then our alleged victim says, oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people. Tyler says, Jacob. Our victim says, I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid, LOL. Who the fuck in the right mind says that back to another man that you know wants your cheeks? When have you ever in your life told your homie, your friend, somebody that you just know as a platonic individual, I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid? That is the same issue say to your girl or somebody that you were sleeping with. And usually it's the female that's saying it back. I don't think I've ever heard a man phrase a sentence exactly like this, but nobody else says this in any type of way unless there's a relationship that is not, I just go to the baseball game with you. You're playing a game, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that if you are in a position where you are truly fearful for your career and your future, like a success, like at a corporate environment, right, where you have made a career here, or you know that if I leave this job, I'm not going to be able to take care of my family, and somebody in the power does things that make you uncomfortable that sometimes you don't have to play along just to survive. That is a real unfortunate thing that occurs. But what I'm saying here is that this is not what this man's circumstances to me seem to be. You are in a career field that has less than 1% chance of success. You are in a career field where you know that everything is up in the air. You could be hot today, you could be not hot tomorrow, but you are choosing to go down the dangerous path because you think at the end of it there's going to be success of playing the back and forth game with this man, knowing this man is interested in you and you're using it. You're leveraging what you know to be true, which is he wants your cheeks, to your advantage. Now, it's one thing if you don't leverage it and he continues to make the advances, but you are choosing to, by these texts, you're admitting that you were choosing to leverage that you knew he wanted your cheeks. And you were going to continue forward with it as long as it did not affect you getting to your ultimate goal. Don't know what this is crossed out, but moving on here, we got a message that says, oh God, okay. He says, you know what I cook, Derek. And then Tyler says, spaghetti, cake. No, I'm sorry. Tyler said, you know what I cook, Derek. I don't know what that means. And then our victim says, spaghetti, cake. And then he says, you. I'm so drunk talking shit. He said, you. This is a, Oof. I'll tell you what, everybody who was on the fence of, I don't know. Let's go back this way. There have been a lot of rumors circulating Tyler Perry for the longest of times. You even look back to some of the Boondocks episodes, the one in particular where like Granddad gets cast in a Tyler Perry play, and it turns out that all Tyler Perry wants is Granddad's cheeks, right? He's like, I'm just looking to get my dick. You know what I'm saying? It's been rumored for a long time that Tyler Perry likes men, that he only casts really attractive, good-looking men because he likes being around attractive, good-looking men. Also, there's something to be said about a man who's made his career dressing as a woman and acting like a woman in a lot of situations. I, as a kid watching the plays, always thought it was hilarious and funny. It wasn't until I became an adult and I started paying attention to some of the other clues that I went, okay, there's a possibility. If you were ever in question of Tyler Perry's sexuality, I would say this to you. Who gives a fuck, for one? And two, duh if he is. And three, that does not mean, it does not mean that every individual who has had a pass made at them should come back later and say he sexually assaulted me, especially if you were playing the damn game back. This only goes for those who said no from the beginning, did not muddy the waters. All of my texts clearly say I'm here for work and only work, and if you do something against me because I did not follow you into the broom closet, I did not follow you into your bedroom, then I can sue you because you purposely intervened in my career based off discrimination of my sexual orientation or just not liking you. But you cannot go, no, Tyler, you can't say things like that. I'm just being dumb, Jacob. I'm still going to text you in the morning when you say things like, I cook you. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what sexually that means to your butthole, but it doesn't sound platonic. So you can't text back and be like, wait, hold on. What do you say after I'm so drunk? He says, giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool where you come from. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because he might be fighting back here. Tyler says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car, geometry. These texts get so confusing. The dude says, giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool where you came from. Where the hell did Tyler come from where it was cool to be gay? What, guiltless sex? Are you talking about gay or guiltless sex? See, without the context, things become a little muddy here. But the point being that you should just probably stop texting at this point. I don't care about a career. If you don't want a man in your booty hole, you got to stop texting that man. The guy says, yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real. Tyler says, well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. I thought this was really interesting because of anyone to know if there's an Illuminati or some kind of secret pact that you have to make to be successful in Hollywood, Tyler Perry, a billionaire with his own production studio, would 100% know. And although he says, I don't think that's the case, which is not a firm no for somebody who's been in this industry. You should have either firm no or yes. He's saying, I don't think. To me, that suggests that there's something there, something you got to play along with. The follow-up of you have to say clear and mean it no suggests to me that some favors are coming people's ways, or not favors. No, yeah, favors are coming people's ways with an asterisk beside them. And we've all heard the rumors of whether you've had to go to an island and do some kinky, freaky-ish, or you got to go to somebody's mansion and do some kinky, freaky-ish. There seems to be some kind of asterisk when it comes to getting to that next level of success that some people are willing to play and, you know, come back later on and sue. Some people are willing to play and later on come out and out it or try to out it. And then some people are just willing to not play and then never seem to get to that next level of success. Our victim says, I only say a yes if it gets me an Oscar. Joking, joking, joking. I hear you. This is the issue I'm talking about. The playfulness right here. If he's telling you, you need to say no and mean it. This could be a double context meaning. I'm talking about your career and the rooms you may find yourself in eventually, but I'm also talking about what we have right here. Say it and mean it and stop doing this back and forth ish. You coming back with, I'll say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Joking, joking, joking. This is female ish. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put a gender to it, but like this is female shit right here. This whole like I'm saying what I kind of mean, but I'm gonna take it back with the JK. Stop doing this shit. This to me like lowers your credibility as an individual suing for some money. If you don't want the cheeks to be given up, don't straddle the fence with the cheeks. Tyler then says, well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison, so just stick to the no unless you are really into him. Not the winky face with the tongue, Tyler. Not the We got another message from Tyler that says, I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. This boy like Derek. Likes Derek. You were missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. However, he is imparting some advice that I think is if they were actually on like the up and up and like truly pursuing something, helping a man work through whatever, I don't know, sexual demons or sexual problems he's got going on. I don't know this man's sexual orientation, so I'm not going to put nothing on him, but I'm just saying it seems like if you were talking to somebody who you believe is one way, and due to their background and their religion, they struggle with, you know, going about it in a, how do you say, like if he struggles with being damn gay and he's afraid of coming out because of his religion or his background, it seems like Tyler is offering advice to try and help him get through that, while also the ick factor being that this man is seemingly saying no and Tyler is still doing this emotional manipulation. Tyler says, I may need to shoot the shoot out early. Oh boy says like Tuesday, or maybe okay that Beyonce song on a loudspeaker for everyone. You must not know about. Oh my! I can't believe I even fucking sang it. I sang it with the beat, yo. I can't believe I just did that. I tell you what, it'd be the ones. It'd be the ones. You know, the ones that stab you in the back. So they seem real close. I'll put it like this: they seem real close for an individual that is saying Tyler did things to me that I did not want. Y'all talking? You're talking like you've got the ear of the president, and you are more than happy to be beside him. Moving on, Tyler says, why did that photo make me jealous, you two together? Oh boy says, ha, I don't know, it's just Brad. And they should have kept these text messages locked up. Tyler then says, but you were so blocked that you refused to be smelt or opened. Ugh. Tyler then says, been there, stopped somewhere in my late 30s, early 40s. Well, now here's the thing. Tyler has never came out and officially confirmed or denied if he was gay or not. He's never really addressed the rumors, at least that I remember. I've always assumed that he was whatever the hell he wanted to be. That's how I'm going to put it. Well, Buddy says, oh yeah, from the doctor, but it is making you feel better. Tyler says, I feel so good, but I don't like, he repeated, he doubled down on the hoarding. Tyler, you foul for this. No, he ignored you first time. He's seen what you said, bud. He can see the text messages. They still there. You ain't got to double down with the horny. I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person that flirts with me. See, like he's walking around with the jeans and underwear off right now in his mega mansion in front of the windows, hoping that Derek says anything, even remotely close to how I look in these jeans. Old boy says, LOL, capital LOL. And then Tyler said, you don't even understand. What he's telling you, Derek, is stop playing with this black man. Stop playing with him before you ended up folded up on his bed. Tyler said, tried you, call me. Old boy says, hey, I think the hangover hit me harder than I thought. Can we talk later? Tyler says, yeah, it was quick, but okay. Tyler then says, I really need to talk to you, friend. Please call as soon as you can. Tyler then says, trying to do rooms on the boat. If I invite Bill, would you be okay sharing a room with him or not? Clearly something is fractured in the relationship. I don't know what. Something has happened where Derek is starting to pull away. Tyler's starting to notice that he might be worried, trying to cover his ass, because this is somebody reaching out, trying to make things right, it seems like, or trying to get you in a room to discuss something that's occurred and trying to smooth that ish over. Like I said, everybody who's a victim deserves to get their money, but an actual victim, and I just wish we would start making the distinction again of what an actual victim, what that criteria looks like, and it's not just somebody says, I want money, and then we just pay them off or we settle. Like, I like it when some of these celebrities like Jay-Z are coming out and saying, no, I will spend the millions of dollars to fight you in court, and then when this is said and done, and I'm proved innocent, I'm going to countersue you and take you for everything that you have, because people coming out and lying now in a society that is built off of sue culture, it's just gross, man. Everybody, you have to almost walk alone nowadays, especially if you got money, because everybody seems to be after something. Everybody wants a taste of the good life, and they will do anything to get to it. And people aren't admitting to themselves that they will sell their booty or their soul or both to get a check. And then when it gets to, it doesn't turn out the way they wanted to, or the checks start drying up, then they're willing to turn around and sue because they sold their booty, or they played this middling game where they could have sold their booty or their soul. So just looking at this, I still respect Tyler Perry. I don't care who he's sleeping with or who he's after. I feel like I said, the longest time they've been saying that there's rumors about what he enjoys. I respect the man and what he did to get to where he's at. I'm tired of seeing individuals, especially the black community, being come forward with these lawsuits and these allegations, and I'm not seeing that same equal treatment for everybody else. I'm just on the side of like, get your money if you are an actual victim, and if you're not and you just playing the game, bro, get the fuck out of here. And that's what this text message to me shows, is somebody who was clearly playing the game along with this man and just, I don't know, got screwed over, got butthurt about something, is now going for $260 million. So $260 million, he better got the booty cheek every day. Every day he better got the booty cheek, because that don't make no damn sense for what you're alleging right now. So that is it. Those are my final thoughts. Those are the two things that we had to talk about. I have more thoughts, but we just ran out of time. So we're going to talk about it maybe next week. Probably not. Something else is going to come up in the world, and that's what we're actually going to focus on, because this is just bullshit. Thank you all for watching. I was your host, JLW. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. Until then. Oh, wait, that's not how we go. That's the other gaming side of things. It's supposed to go, until then, make sure you stand for something or fall for anything. That's how that's supposed to go.
The roller coaster of being alive. High of life when I open my eyes. Wide awake, still dreaming. No dream needed. My dream girl beaming. No past the future, present in the moment. So bad you got to be a good omen. Beautiful, you belong in the moment. They just found out we always known it. Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you priceless. Despite